Pollination, the part we're covering in this video, is this step here, the movement of pollen from the anther to the stigma. Flowers that rely on insects have several strategies to attract them. They tend to have brightly coloured petals which are appealing to insects, as well as a strong scent that they like. Many flowers also have nectaries, which produce nectar, a sugary substance that insects feed on. Notice that the nectary is located far below the anthers where the pollen is produced. As an insect visits a flower to get its fill of nectar, it can't avoid getting pollen from the anthers trapped on its body. The pollen grains produced by insect-pollinated flowers tend to be sticky or spiky, so it's really easy for them to cling to an insect's body. As they carry on visiting other flowers, some of those pollen grains trapped on their body are bound to get deposited on the next flower. Some of these pollen grains will land on the stigma. Some birds feed on nectar, and so, as they go from flower to flower, they transfer pollen as they go. There are also many species of bat that feed on pollen or nectar, and there are even examples of lizards and geckos that are pollinators. They don't look pretty or smell nice because there's no benefit to having large colourful petals or producing a scent. They don't need to attract an animal. Where insect-pollinated flowers tend to have anthers enclosed within the petals, encouraging insects and other animals to brush against them, wind-pollinated flowers have exposed anthers. This allows wind to catch the pollen released from them. Compared to the larger, sticky or spiky pollen grains of the insect-pollinated flowers, wind-pollinated flowers produce smaller, lightweight pollen grains, allowing them to be carried easily in the wind. And the pollen grains are usually produced in larger numbers to account for the fact that only a small fraction of the pollen that leaves the anther will find its way to a stigma of the same species of flower. Where the stigmas of insect-pollinated flowers tend to be sticky to allow pollen on insects to attach, the stigmas of wind-pollinated flowers are usually feather-like in structure. This makes it easier to trap pollen passing by in the wind. The next step for reproduction in flowering plants is for the male gamete to travel to the ovule where fertilization can take place. That's all covered in the next video, which is linked in the description.